Hi, sweet peas. Welcome or welcome back. Today I want to talk about how to avoid giving up and burnout when you are manifesting, and also what is going on with you spiritually when you are experiencing this. So my name is Lindsay. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm in love with self and spiritual development. If you need anything from me, it's all going to be in the description box below, as well as my about section. I have an amazing course that I recommend there that really changed my life. It is for passive income, affiliate marketing. If you're ready to get started with your online business, there is something there for everyone, and you can get started as a complete beginner. No followers, no subscribers, just like I did. You can even go faceless if you want to as well. There's also an amazing book there that I recommend for light codes. Make sure you read it more than once. You get new light codes every time you read it. And anything else for manifestation, self and spiritual development is all going to be in my videos. So I'm so excited you're here. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Just remember that manifestation is not just for people who go to Hogwarts. It is for everyone, okay? It is a real learnable skill. And really, it sounds overwhelming, but so much of it is truly just about that 5% a day that is dedicated to the reinvention of yourself, the dedication to your change within that is going to bring you to your dream reality. And that 5% daily actually helps you to detach from the outcome, which is something that we tend to struggle with too as well, right? But when you're focused on just that 5% daily, eventually that dream reality shows up, and you're gonna wake up one day and be like, oh my gosh, my past might as well be a past life at this point, and is history or ishtory, which I just came up with and is so funny, but I don't know if I can say bad words on here, so I'm just hoping that y'all know what I mean. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So we avoid burnout and giving up by focusing on that 5% a day, especially if you are doing affirmations, mindset training and reprogramming, vision boards, the whole 9 yards. It's really important to remember that, especially when it comes to taking action, that it is okay to simply focus on that 5% every single day. That 5%, I promise you, is going to go up. You're going to realize it, because what's going to happen is the universe is going to start rewarding you and bringing unusual synchronicities and magic and gifts and breadcrumbs all along the way, because the universe wants you to keep going. They want to give you exactly what you want. And 5% to source is literally like 100. And I know that sounds crazy, but that really is how loved we are. And focusing on that 5% every single day, again, it allows you to detach from the outcome, which is a huge key ingredient when it comes to manifestation, and one that we tend to struggle with. But that 5%, that's not much, especially if you're doing everything else. Taking 5% action on yourself every single day is literally going to be the difference between where you are right now and your dream reality. If you think about it, like, say you wanted to be a chef, but you were working a 9-to-5 sales job, and we know that where attention goes, energy flows. So you can be doing affirmations, mindset retraining, all of that all day long, and of course that is creating major energetic shifts, absolutely, but you still need that 5% action. And I think that as much as we don't want to do that 5%, it tends to make the difference. So if you wanted to be a chef, it would make sense that you would spend a little bit, 5% every single day, or even every other day, learning how to cook or learning about food, actually investing into that craft for yourself, rather than doing all of that work and never taking that 5% action every day or even every other day. So that's going to be the big difference, really, is when you take that 5% action on that change within, that investment of yourself, that reinvention of self every single day, that is going to create massive shifts. Another key to avoiding burnout and giving up is going to be isolation. And I know a lot of people don't like this one because a lot of people really struggle to be alone, and that is okay. It is simply a lesson for you to learn. You'll get there, and it will be freer on the other end. But I know for me, it wouldn't have been possible for me to reinvent myself with a lot of people in my energy. So isolation helps so that you can hear your own voice, and it gives you a chance to change. I think that, and it's nobody's fault, it's just that people tend to want to hang on to an old version of you, and there tend to be a lot of opinions and feelings that start to get triggered and arise and really tend to dilute your energy and your change when all of that is going on in your emotional grid, and it's not even your feelings or your energy or your thoughts. And so in order to get clear and in order to make room, isolation is going to be your best friend. Isolation is literally where you find your own voice, where you reinvent yourself and actually create real change within. And just so you know, the people and places and things that are still meant to be there on the other end of your change, when you're happier and healthier and got what you need, they're gonna be there. Those things, they're gonna be there. And if not, you're gonna be really happy that they got eclipsed out of your life. And like I've talked about before, manifestation has so much to do with shedding. We think it's going to take more, but it actually has to do with a shedding, a removal process of people, places, things, beliefs, even, the change within. So isolation helps us to shed and make those necessary sacrifices. And when we do that, again, we have more room energetically that would have been pouring out into everything that got us nowhere closer to that reinvention of self and the reality that we desire. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but there's this really cool interview that I watched from Jim Carrey once, and I think he was talking about one of his teachers, don't quote me, but I do remember him talking about this particular person in his life. I believe it was a teacher who would say that when she wanted to manifest something, that she would pray and she would say, I'll give you this so that I can have this that I want. And of course it would be something, a person, place, thing, belief that wasn't a vibrational match to her desire, that it was something that was dragging her down. But these things that we need to shed and sacrifice, they need to go because they do take up our energy, and that energy needs to go to yourself, your change within, your own reinvention, and your desires and what you really want for your life and what speaks to your heart. So I want you to ask yourself, is there room for your manifestation physically or energetically, or is there not room? And just so you know, many times when it's energetic room, the simple act of awareness is enough to make room. And the last thing that I want to talk about is what goes on with you spiritually when you're experiencing burnout or maybe on the brink of giving up and are just in a little bit of a stagnant place or even confusion. This can help to clear things up. Okay, so when you are changing from within and you are going from victim consciousness to creator consciousness, you're going to experience some spiritual warfare, and you really do kind of have to see it as a game and see through the illusions, because things tend to get a little hairy when you're changing, and especially when your manifestations, your desires are right around the corner. You are going to get a lot of distractions. You're going to go through a lot of people, places, things, even your own thoughts and old beliefs trying to hold you back. So you really do have to see through all of that and persist. And I think why even just that 5% effort every single day is really so healthy, because when you are changing and you are experiencing all of that old nipping at your heels and knocking at your door, you know, it was exhausting for me at times, you know, and it still is when I try to make changes. But again, when you can see through the illusions and you know what's happening, and it's actually because everything is happening for you, that reality is shifting, that things are breaking down so that you can have what you want, it's a lot easier to keep going. So I really hope that this message was helpful. I just love y'all so much. I really wish I could give every one of y'all a hug right now. Thank you for working on yourself. You changed the world by doing that. Please don't forget to like and share and comment. It really helps the channel, and I just really love connecting with y'all. So I am sending you so much love. I'm here for you, and I will see you in the next video.